What's going on, guys? It's Card Game Kings here, and today we're gonna be going over a Izzet control slash burn strategy that I've made up. So this is a modern deck, but yeah, without further ado, let's hop right into it. First things first, we're gonna go over the creatures. I run 4 Dragon Rage Channeler. This is a 1/1 red creature. Whenever I cast a non-creature spell, I surveil one. If you don't know what surveil does, you just look at the top card of your deck. You can either put it in the graveyard or you can keep it there. If you have to look at multiple, then you can rearrange the order of the cards on top of your deck. And then this card also has Delirium, which is basically whenever you have a certain amount of cards in your grave of different types. This one has 4 or more different types of cards, so creature, land, instant sorcery, artifact, enchantment, something of that nature. If you have 4 or more of them, then it gets a +2/+2 on it, and it also has flying, and it has to attack each combat if able. But that is permanent as long as you have the 4 different types in the grave. So she gets better over time. At first, she's just kind of like a surveil thing, just to look at your deck a little bit, thin it out. But that's what she's in there for. My next creature that I run is 3 Storm Chaser Mage. It's a blue-red, and then it's a flying haste with prowess, and it's a 1/3. So he kind of facilitates the flying if I can't get her to be a flying creature. And he also has haste, so he can attack immediately if I play any of my non-creature spells, being my instances that I have in here, my sorceries, my planeswalkers. I have enchantments like in the side. I have artifacts in here, so that any of that stuff gets played, he gets a +1/+1 on top of them for a turn, which is pretty nice. And then my last creature that I play is 3 Electric Static Field. This is an 0/4 defender that is a red and 1 colorless mana. Whenever I cast an instant or a sorcery, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. I'm playing this in modern, so I'd only have 1 opponent, but it's just a little bit of tick damage that can be done to people. And there's kind of like an infinite that you can do with it. Technically, but this is the next card that I play. It's a Planeswalker, and this is the actual card that you can really do the infinite with. The other card is kind of like there to get extra tick damage on. But he is a red-blue with 2 colorless mana, Ral Storm Conduit. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery or copy of an instant or sorcery, it does 1 damage to a opponent or a planeswalker. He has 4 words he counters to start off with. He has a +2 that just scries 1, and then he has a -2 that whenever you cast your next instant or sorcery spell, it makes a copy of that instant or sorcery spell, and then you get to choose a new target for that copy. So there's a infinite combo that you can do with this if you have 2 different copy spells in your hand. And you play a card before that. So you play a card or whatever that's an instant or sorcery. You copy said instant or sorcery, and then you copy the first copy card with a new copy card in your hand, and then it basically just starts an infinite combo of you copying multiple and multiple times, and this will deal 1 damage over time until whoever you're facing is basically dead. I don't run that in my main. I run it in my side, but yeah, it's a pretty cool combo if you actually get it to go off. Most of the time that doesn't happen. It's just in here for some tick damage, eat up some hits that I could potentially be taking myself, go through the deck a little bit, and also be able to copy in my instants or sorceries that deal damage, or allow me to draw cards or whatnot. So, moving on to the artifacts. I only play 1 artifact in here, but it's Mistress Bauble. It's a 0 drop that you can put on the field whenever you get it. You sack it. look at either your top card of your library or your opponent's. It's basically just any player's library. And then you draw a card during the next upkeep. So if you like crack it or something like that at the end phase, look at your opponent's library, and then on their upkeep you draw basically a card with them. So you get to see what they're going to be drawing, but you also get an additional card. Next card that we're playing is Expressive Iteration. This is blue-red. You get to look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, one of them on the bottom of your deck, and then you get to exile one that you can play for the rest of the turn as long as it was exiled this turn. So this comes up a lot. Most of the time, it's like a turn 3. You know, if you can actually get it turn 3 or whatever, that's a really good turn 3 card. Allows you to basically set up some stuff for the next turn, and also be able to play something on your turn as well. Next card that we play is 2 Prismari Command. It's a blue-red and 1 colorless. It's an instant. You get to choose 2 of the 4 different triggers that it has on it, so you can either deal 2 damage to any target, target player draws 2 and then discards 2, target player creates a treasure token, and then you could also destroy a target artifact. So all of these different things come up most of the time. I use it mainly for a draw 2, discard 2, and a treasure token, but if I have to use it for, form of removal or something, that I can. And my destroy target artifact has come up quite a few times for different matchups that I've been in as well. Next card that I play is 4 Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt is in here to obviously kill, basically be a kill spell, but also basically be a damage type thing in here too. Since we're not really playing a lot of creatures that are big or anything, sometimes this comes up. You can do like 8 damage or something like that if you have Rail on the field and you end up copying this. Or you can do 4 if you don't copy it, and the electric static field also would do 4 if you played this as well. The next card that I'm playing, which is basically just another lightning bolt, just it is different a little bit, is Seer the Critic. It is originally a red mana and 2 colorless, but if a player took damage that turn, mainly being your opponent, you can play it for a skeptical cost, and that's only a 1 red. It is a sorcery, so you have to play it on your turn. You can't just play it on your, like, whenever, like Lightning Bolt, but say you, I don't know, played a card to look through your deck or something like that, and you ended up dealing 1 damage off of your electric static, or if you went and swung first and did some damage, then you can do 3 extra damage. Moving on to our counter spells, we run a few. So first one, straight up just counter spell. It's a 2 blue or 2 island instant counter target spell. Then we run 4 mana leaks. This is pretty decent in the beginning game. It's just blue and any other color, and then it counters target spell unless its controller plays 3. So basically up to like turn 4, turn 4, turn 5, as long as your opponent didn't hit every single land dropper, unless they're not playing like a crazy, mana build or something like that, like you're playing green or something, that would probably be turned off by like turn 3. But regardless, this comes up, and you can always use it late game too if they're like playing something and trying to cast something huge and then they don't have enough mana to, stop it. And then the last card that we play, which is kind of like a counter spell, but also kind of not, is Izzet's Charm. It is a red-blue instant. You can choose one of these. You can either counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 2. It's basically just a worse mana leak at that point, but it still comes up. Or you can choose to target a creature and deal 2 to it, or you can draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Most of the time, I probably am just going to use this as a draw 2, discard 2. But if it comes up and I need it for the other 2 things that I could choose on it, then I'll use it for that. And then the rest of my deck is just lands. I believe there is 19 lands in here. So we play 7 islands. We play 7 mountains. And then we play, since we're not a rich man or anything, we play 3 Sulfur Falls, which comes in tapped unless you control an island or a mountain, and it taps for an island or a mountain. And then we also play 3 Frostborough Snarls, which enters the battlefield tapped unless you reveal a island or a mountain in your hand. And it also taps for an island or a mountain. So, I hope you guys liked this video. Took a little while to get this deck put together. I didn't really have a lot of the cards, so I was fishing around, seeing what I could make that was going to be a cheap deck that would still be decent enough to be able to play in Modern, and this is what I cooked up for you guys. So hopefully you liked it. Let me know what else you guys want to see in the future. With Duskmourn coming up and stuff of that nature, we're going to be having probably more box openings with that. We might get some Commander games in. And yeah, we'll probably be getting more deck profiles coming in here soon as well. And we're going to be doing more gameplays and stuff like that nature too. So you might even see this deck in action soon here on a gameplay. Who knows? But anyways, hopefully you guys liked the video. Please comment and subscribe and let us know what else you guys might like to see. Alright, this is Card Game Kings signing out. Peace.